So I wanted to see just how far I could get by using Sun Avatars versus a boss. Now, normally this would go pretty well versus literally any other boss, but DREADBLOON, and that's because DREADBLOON is invulnerable to each type of monkey per phase. That includes primary, military, support, and magic monkey, which super monkey is a magic monkey, but I wanted to try it regardless because I didn't want to wait 5+ days to do this. Now, phase 1 normally gets beaten pretty easily with the Ninja Bomber and Attack Zone with maybe Embrittlement, but you don't actually even need to get Attack Zone. But since Sun Avatar is about 3 times as pricey as that, I had to use marketplaces for higher sellback value. Now, initially when DREADBLOON spawned, the damage was pretty good. I mean, if you look at it, right now it's just shredding it, right? Right now it's just shredding it, but I made a fatal mistake. Now, I didn't notice it until it happened. I started prepping my Attack Zone and my Embrittlement and all that, and all of a sudden, I started hearing this dinging noise. I kept hearing it and I realized, wait a second, I'm not doing any damage. That's because I forgot my Alchemist. See, for whatever reason, DREADBLOON has buffs which make it invulnerable to certain attacks, so unless you have an Alchemist, you're not going to do damage. I thought I could just catch up, but I decided to restart and pay the 200 monkey money. The damage was on and off again because the Alchemist buff would wear off and then get thrown on it again, but just numbers-wise, it was pretty good. I mean, this dude was holding his own. Eventually, DREADBLOON was getting pretty far along the map, and I wasn't going to wait for it to get to the other side to build more towers, and also, it became invulnerable to magic, so my highest damage dealing tower was no longer dealing damage. Rock balloons were also getting past, so I decided to be a strategic genius and drop a balloon trap, which apparently doesn't work on rocks, so, you know, there's that. Eventually I dropped Attack Zone, hoping it just gets past the magic wave and, or the magic phase with an Embrittlement, but I stopped paying attention for like 2 seconds and it just shredded the entire balloon. I didn't want to restart, so I just said screw it, try it again phase 2. For phase 2, I decided to get an MIB because I was hoping this would offset whatever invulnerability it had so that my Alchemist wouldn't be as necessary as it was, but ultimately it didn't make much of a difference. I also had an Elite Defender just to help catch any balloons in the back. This way my Sun Avatar could be on strong and I could just see how much damage it would do to DREADBLOON on its own. 20 grand, like 5 seconds in, it's not that bad. Eventually I panicked because I forgot I had literally 400 lives and just started dropping random towers to help murk these little rock shits right wherever they were. Unfortunately, these were all magic towers, so my dumbass had to drop another Attack Zone and Embrittlement to just squeeze out a win. As you can see, even though it's been like, I think 3 years or 2 years since bosses came out, Attack Zone and Embrittlement is still super strong. For phase 3, I had a plan. I decided to get an Ultra Boost so I could just make my Super Monkey that much stronger. I mean, it would be attacking roughly 3 times as fast. I also got a Spirit of Forest to clear out anything that was coming in or out that wasn't DREADBLOON. That way my Super Monkey could focus on the DREADBLOON. And the damage was, again, pretty solid. Like, not bad at all. Taking out the whole rock phase, well, like 10% into the track, just by itself, not bad at all. But again, it's super inconsistent. Eventually, I decided to build up a MAD so that I could beat the magic phase. However, I kind of just built this as the military phase started, so it was pretty useful for most of this run. Eventually, I just dropped 2 sharpshooters and some, I think, a Ninja Monkey Bomber, and just ended up beating this phase. At this point, my goal was to just beat the final phase of DREADBLOON using Sun Avatars because I was way too inconsistent the first 3 waves, and I don't think that would change for the next one. I mean, at this point, this video might as well be called Can Attack Zone and MAD beat DREADBLOON? Now, for phase 4, I didn't think I had enough money to do what I wanted to do, so I kind of just built some Sun Avatars and I built a mini Paragon just to beat this phase and go on to phase 5. Phase 5 is where I'm planning to kind of go all out and just spam Sun Avatars everywhere. Now you may be thinking, hold on, you said you were going to spam Sun Avatars everywhere. Why is it only like 12? Well, I crashed like 6 times because apparently Acer Nitro 5 can't handle Bloons Tower Defense 6. So, you know, this is all you get. Take it or leave it. Regardless, I mean, 12 Sun Avatars, almost all of them with Perma Brews on them, and Ultra Boost, and MIBs, and whatever the hell the other one's called. Hey, it'll take down normal Dread Balloon. To be the magic resistance phase, I just did what I did before, and I created a quick Dart Paragon, but it wasn't doing enough damage, and it was almost about to be out of range, so I just created a small Boomer Paragon on the side, and the Boomer Paragon shredded this thing, dude. I mean, I don't know how a level 1 Boomer Paragon is doing more damage than a level 30 Dart Paragon, but it is what it is. I'm not gonna complain. I did sell them immediately afterwards, just so I could see how much damage the Sun Avatars would do. And yeah, I beat Dread Balloon with my highest monkey damage being 2 milli on a Sun Avatar. It works, believe it or not, ultimately. Now, all in all, if I'm being honest, would I recommend this to anyone? No, it's ass. It's so shit. There's no point. I mean, it's literally garbage. The damage is nice. I mean, looking at some of these guys that 400,000, 500,000, 2 million on 2, but Jesus Christ, it's such a waste of time. And restarting this run, it's not fun. Anyways, take it easy.